Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Ann here, Real Business, Real Talk, coming to you this week with my good friend Leroy Mckenzie Jr., branding connoisseur, author, publisher. Let me tell you something. This is the man to meet. He is the guy that has been like kicking me in the butt for 4.5 years now, making sure that I stay on my game. And today in this Real Talk, we're going to be talking about the importance of branding and marketing. Why is it so critical? Education. And also Leroy is also partnering up with this magazine. What's Up? You can't really see it because of my blurred background. And please forgive me, guys. I am using a temporary camera. This is What's Up Baltimore magazine, and he is going to be giving us some information about this. And so I'm going to let Leroy go ahead and introduce himself because I'm just too excited. I can't even talk no more. I'm blurring in and out. That's what I'm doing.
What's up, good people? It's your boy, the Impact Builder, Leroy Mckenzie Jr. And thank you so much for having me on to come and talk just a little bit about What's Up Baltimore magazine and just some of the branding tips that you had mentioned and everything like that, what we're kind of here for. But What's Up Baltimore magazine is a magazine that we created, myself and my partners. We created it because we wanted to show Baltimore and the surrounding areas in a different light. Because as you know, a lot of folks, when you ask them about Baltimore, first thing that they want to say or they think about is The Wire, that show that used to be on, which had the criminal element to it and the high crime rate that Baltimore had and everything like that. So we wanted to shine the light on those individuals, businesses, organizations, politicians, teachers, all those people that were doing great things, but you're not going to hear about them on mainstream media or just the media in general. Mm-hmm. So we wanted to bring to light those type of individuals that just to show them that we appreciate them, but then two, the impact, the positive impact that they're having on the community. Because as we know, a lot of times those that are doing great work go unappreciated or not talked about as much as the negative narrative that's put on. So that's what we do with the magazine. And we have great people in the magazine, such as yourself, that just have believe in our mission and our vision that we've had. And you all have come on either as a business advertisers or sponsors, or where we do articles on you all, but just about the great things that you all are doing. So
yeah, absolutely. That sounds fantastic. So, one, I do know that Baltimore has had its challenges in terms of neighborhood. It's going through a whole bunch of revitalization going on, rebuilding, economic upbringing. And now I see that they're really hitting some of the neighborhoods to really bring them out of that thing. And so highlighting those businesses, how has it been? I know this is a new magazine, but what has been like some of the impact that people have found just by starting this magazine?
Well, what we found so far in just these beginning months is just the impact, the positive impact that it's had, because now folks get to kind of see Baltimore a different way. Our last issue had the mayor of Baltimore on it, and we did it. Charlene, Lady J, did an article on him. So we were able to talk about him. He's 37, and when he became mayor, he's the youngest mayor ever of Baltimore City. So
wow,
that's seeing someone, and Baltimore is of course a predominantly Black city, and it's not just about Baltimore; it's about the surrounding area, and we're branching out, but we wanted our base to be of Baltimore because that's where we are and everything like that, and we wanted to change the narrative of Baltimore. So we had on the cover the mayor of Baltimore City, who looks like many of the young men that live in Baltimore. So they have something now that they can say, wow, I can be a mayor, I can be an entrepreneur. So all of those things get wrapped into what we do and why we do What's Up Baltimore. So we've had nothing but positive feedback from what we're doing. Everyone has loved the magazine, the articles that we've had in it, and rave about just the quality of it too. because this isn't something
Yes,
that's
it
just
is
thrown together.
definitely. If I wasn't phasing out like a ghost, I'm telling you, the quality of the magazine is really fantastic. There is so much color in this magazine. There's definitely some interest in terms of the photographs
Mhm.
and things like that. And I really enjoyed reading it. So if you don't have your copy of What's Up Baltimore, you need to get in touch with Leroy Mckenzie Jr. at jnfenterprises.com. He's going to make sure you get it. So speaking of JNF Enterprises, let's talk a little bit about some of the things you do in terms of branding and marketing, and also helping people publish their books.
Yeah, well, what we do at JNF, we actually do business consulting for aspiring entrepreneurs, and then also entrepreneurs that are have their own business, but they're looking to do more branding, looking to do more marketing aspect. And then the same thing with authors. We work with authors that are looking to put a book out there, get a book out there, write a book, and then also those authors that want to do or looking to do more branding for their themselves as well as their book. Because what I tell authors is you are your own brand, and the book is just a means to be able to launch you into other areas of what it is that you do. So we work with those two types of individuals, or companies when it comes to entrepreneurship. We'll work with them with developing a branding strategy, coming up with a marketing plan that suits their vision, so that they're able to bring to reality what it is that they're seeking to do, because they have to understand what their mission is, what their message is, what their motivation is, and then what the movement is that they have that comes behind, whether it's a book or whether it's a business. Because to me, that's how you connect with individuals. That's how you connect with people. They're going to do business with you, or they're going to buy your book because of those four reasons, or one of those four reasons, because they believe in your message, they believe in your movement, your mission, your motivation, whatever it is that they connect with. That's going to be the thing that brings them in.
Yeah.
Working with them in that from that concept is what we do.
Yeah, I really like those four concepts that you're
Mhm.
setting them up for four ways of success.
Mhm.
And that's really, really important. So let's get into like, 'cause we literally just had this conversation about the importance of business education.
Yes.
And that's what real talk, real business is all about. So
Mhm.
let's just talk real, why is it so hard for small business owners to really put together an effective marketing plan? What has been some of the crutch areas that you found, in your opinion, in how we could mitigate that to get them to do that? Because we know that virtuality is here, new way of marketing is here. Now they have to force to change now, because if they don't change, they're going to close their doors. So what has been some of the pain points in terms of marketing that you found realistically with small business owners?
Well, I think it to me it all when it comes to marketing and branding, it actually caught to me the beginning phase is the research, understanding where your market is, where the particular industry that you're in, where kind of what level, where is it right now, and then also understanding where it came from. Because if you understand those two dynamics of it, where it was, where it is now, because like you just said, we're still dealing with a pandemic. We've been dealing with the pandemic for just over a year now. So there's been this shifting that has had to happen, where a lot of businesses had to understand that the people weren't going to be able to walk in the door now. So you literally have to kind of meet them where they are, which is, where are they? They're online. You have
Now online.
to you have to meet
Yes.
them virtually. So how can as a business, how do I swing or shift from having the brick and mortar or walking into a business to now where I actively engage them through a virtual world, and that caught that's where coming in, doing your research, understanding how do I reach
Mm-hmm.
them, understanding what software is out there, because a
Yeah.
lot of people had to learn what's a Zoom, what in the world is it, here we go. Some people thought, for our community, some people thought
This
Zoom
is
was the
Zoom, huh?
Commodore's old song.
The Zoom Zoom.
If you go back, if you can go back, that was the name of a
Yeah. What's
Commodore
a
song.
Zoom?
But what's a Zoom? What is Zoom and what's
Yeah.
happening? All
And
of
not to
those things.
mention mobile apps is on the
Yes,
rise too. Like
yes,
everybody is trying to get mobile apps, right?
yes.
So, you know, here it is. And like you said, COVID is looking at folks, but then you had a lot of opportunity prior to COVID to get this done. There was a
Mm-hmm.
lot of need for apps. There was a lot of need
Yep.
for marketing differently. YouTube was already on the
Mm-hmm.
rise with different ways that people were advertising, but
Right.
still it was not a priority
Yeah.
until COVID hit. And
Yep.
now people have to find their target all over again,
Mm-hmm.
which means research. So for minority businesses in general, what can we do and say to get people to understand that this is something that you have to have in your arsenal, a marketing strategy, some sort of branding, rebranding strategy in play?
Yeah, well, I think what they need to do, like you said, one is prioritize it, make it a priority. So it becomes a thing where you have to understand the product and services that you offer as a business, and then understand, like you said, your target market has now moved. So where did they move to? Where did they go? And how do I find them? I find them by doing. If you're an entrepreneur, you do it in a couple different ways. I'm gonna give you 7 different ways, real quickly. You do
Oh, I'm ready. Go ahead. I
it.
want to hear it.
You do it through your partnerships, collaborations, and sponsorships, which, as a business you should be doing those. Through technology, which is what we're doing right here. Through the virtual world. You do it through what I call my um, uh, calendar, events calendar, which is what you as a business, those events that
Yes.
you put on. And then you have a calendar of events, which are events that you attend that have to do with whether it's somebody that you might have, that that a business associate, they have an event. Like you have several events that come up. And what I do is purposefully make sure that I attend Ann's events, because I know, one, it's going to be a great event. Two, I'm going to be able to network and be able to meet other individuals at that particular event. And then from that, I get to expose myself, my brand, and my business to other businesses or other individuals. So that's that aspect of it. And then your promotions, what promotions can you put on, or do you put on, so that people will actively engage with you? And then your culture. What culture have you created with your business?
I love it.
Yeah. So those are just
That is
some quick
awesome.
things that you can do, that will
I
allow
hope
you to
people are
go.
writing this down. I'm telling you, you need to be writing this stuff down because, you know, it is different. People are scrounging around trying to figure out where
Yeah.
are they online, which means that you have to go online. You have to see what they want. And, you know, and here, I want to get your opinion on this one
Mhm.
thing. I had a conversation from a LinkedIn network person who reached out to me specifically about technology, because
Okay.
now that we're talking about technology, mobile apps, the new way of marketing, and he offers eVoIP services along with other apps that could run on internet and extended managed services type of thing. And
Mhm.
one of his concerns was that he felt that minority businesses or just small businesses in general were being ignored for these type of services.
Mhm.
Do you feel that we're actually like ignoring them, or do you feel some other sort of way? And I wanted to get your thought process on that, Leroy, because I thought it was very interesting that he brought up that type of situation. And that's why he was looking for another way to reach out to the small business owners and
Mhm.
say, hey, I know your pain points. We're not ignoring you. What can we do to offer you some service? I mean, in your opinion, what would you say to that?
Well, I think to a certain extent, small businesses do get ignored, but I mean, and I say this: every Fortune 500 company started off as a small business, and my thing is, with being a small business, one of the major things that you need in order to be able to be a brand or to grow your brand is exposure.
Mm-hmm.
Exposure. How do I expose myself to the maximum amount of people or organizations and for my products and services. Because if people don't know who you are, then of course they can't know what it is that you have or what you sell. So if you get someone like the gentleman that you talked with that says, hey, we want to do business with small business owners, then those
Uh-huh.
small business owners that have their ear tuned to that individual or someone that's connected to him, because he probably knows several other people, and then those people can say, hey, yeah, I do know some small businesses that could use what it is that you're trying to to get out there and
Yeah.
everything like that.
Yeah.
And it becomes a thing where that those networks would connect with each other, and then it
Mm-hmm.
allows those businesses that get connected to grow to that next level that they're trying to get
Right,
to and
right,
everything like that.
right.
So
Yeah, I think our conversation was very interesting because he was pretty much he wants so much to kind of have that environment.
uh-huh.
My take on it was pretty much that a lot of times we don't have the resources or the funding to
Yep.
pay for
Right.
certain high level internet service.
Exactly.
However, we have been known that if we really want it, we're going to actually pay for it or figure out a way to do that. So it's just really just having an opportunity to have
Right.
that kind of thing. And I think you accurately said that if the opportunity was presented the right way, then that connection is going to build another connection and build another connection as services are being provided and that owner is loving it. He's going to tell other people
Right.
about that service. So it's really all about opportunity and making sure that you are attending to the need of that business and meeting them where they are, because we're all different. We all have different statuses. And as we said in our last interview session, some businesses don't need marketing or business plans, or maybe, they just don't need that. And then you have other business that actually rely on that type of thing, right? So, so what are some of the programs that you offer at JNF Enterprises when it comes to branding and marketing?
Well, a couple of the programs that we offer. One is my brand, what I call the brand new development series, which is what I do, which are the strategies that I just mentioned to you, putting those to having those strategies, but also how to implement them. For each of those strategies that I mentioned to you, you have to have a plan that addresses that particular strategy. If I have sponsorships, collaborations, uh, sponsorships, collaborations, and
Mm-hmm.
what's the third one I'm looking for? Partnerships, collaborations, and sponsorships. I'm sitting here, but those three things. How do I go about doing it? Who do I partner
Yeah.
with?
What's the 1, 2, 3?
Yeah,
That's right.
who do I partner with? Who do I collaborate with? Or what events do I sponsor? Do I want to sponsor a an Austin Tech event that's going on? Because in sponsoring that event, I get connected to whoever else Austin Tech puts it out to, because my logo is going to be on the on the marketing material that gets put out there. All of those things give me a way of being able to get my brand exposed to other people. So looking at it from that perspective, technology, how do I utilize technology? What, my social media, what good does that go? You and I talked a few minutes ago about colors, just how important what colors play in people's way of thinking about what they think about when they see you. I mean, it's just been phenomenal what I learned when I learned that several years ago. But when I had a marketing consultant, a Neri, when I worked with her, we talked about all these things and what that does for your brand, because people start to associate you with different certain things. So you want that, and being strategic about it, going to the events like I mentioned to you. I go to an event. Who do I talk to? Who's in the room? Be in the
Well, Leroy, we already know that you're going to hit everybody in the room. You're going to you're going to
I don't
you're
know,
going to
no,
talk to
everybody in the room, but
everyone in the room. And you know what? That's what my son used to say. He said, when you go in there, be prepared to talk to everybody in the room. You just never know who you're going to meet.
yeah,
Some people may not want you to come up there and talk to them, but you just never know what's going to happen after the fact. You know, if you meet people in the room and you have a common conversation with them, you're definitely going to be a partner in the long term. Just like I met Leroy 4 years ago, he did a speech on business plans. I walked up to him and said, "Hey, I want to buy one of your books. I want to do the men in leadership, and I want you to come and be on my podcast." 4.5 years ago. And man, I mean, everything is blown up between us. We have, been in multiple, I don't know, events. He has come to my place. I've supported his stuff, and that's the way your business grows. That's how he has met thousands of people. That's how I got connected to thousands of people through exposure and through marketing and helping each other grow. That's what it's all about, right, Leroy?
Absolutely, and I learned this watching. It's a documentary on. It's a gentleman named Clarence Avon, and he's called the Black Godfather. And if you think about any major like big event and stuff like that that's gone on within politics, business, and entertainment and everything like that, he is somehow connected to it. I'm talking from Bill Clinton taking advice from this man, all the way to Hank Aaron being connected with him.
I've seen that one.
But one of the things that he said in there was relationships are resources. So you have to understand that when you nurture and you develop relationships, those relationships become what each of you use to do certain things. If I'm not able to do something, I have the resources because I'm connected to certain people in order to be able to get you the answer that you need. So that's in the relationship that you and I have had. That's what it's been. And it's like, hey, and I got, hey, take a look at this. See if this is something that you could use or that you could be. Hey, do you need anything? Let me know if I can do anything for you to be able to, to be able to help you with growing your business and stuff like that. Because that's what it's about to me.
Absolutely. So thank you for that. So tell everybody how they can connect with you.
Oh, sure. They can check out our website. Go to our website, www.jnfenterprises.com. That's www. The letter J, the letter N, the letter F, enterprises.com. I'm on social media, Facebook, JNF Enterprises LLC, Instagram at JNF Enterprises LLC, YouTube, JNF Enterprises, Twitter at JNF Enterprises 1. If you notice, there's a common theme to that, right?
JNF Enterprises. He's everywhere. Make JNF Enterprises.
Make it simple.
JNF Enterprises at yahoo.com. Yeah. And I'm telling you, you're going to catch him everywhere. Well, thank you so much, Leroy, for being on Real Business, Real Talk. We're keeping it real here, and definitely so appreciate you. And we'll love everybody to start connecting today, connect out with him. And also, before we hang up, I also want to let everybody know of the upcoming Veterans Biz Up Conference. You can go to destinationachievers.org. Please sign up as a business resource there. We're looking for companies who want to share information. You can sign up for free, and if it's in your heart, please donate to the nonprofit so we can help the community. And we're just going to keep networking, and we're going to keep building relationships, and we're definitely going to keep building exposure for business, and that's all about. So thank you, Leroy, for joining. I hope everybody, if you like this video, just please like and subscribe and share the video.
Absolutely. Like, subscribe.